Christmas Eve. This is an unusual episode. This is the map of the United States. Alaska over there looks a little derpy. And hope you guys have a good Christmas, spending time with family, all that stuff. So today I'm going to give a little lesson of what capitals of each state. This was the best thing I could have thought of. I didn't really want to play Gang Beast or anything else. And it looks good, so I built it all today. So I'm going to tell you the state and the capital. And we're going to start with, let's see. Let's start with Washington over here. And then we're just going to go left to right, all the way to Maine over there. So Washington touches Canada, touches the ocean. So Washington is the state, and then the capital is Olympia. And then now go to Oregon. This is the state below it. It touches the ocean over here. Oh, and I forgot about Washington. It touches Idaho and Oregon, so Oregon touches Washington, Idaho, Nevada, and California. And Salem is the state capital. Oregon is the state. California touches the ocean, touches touches Oregon, touches Nevada, touches Arizona, touches Mexico, and the capital is Sacramento, and state name's California. Let's see, Nevada, the state capital is Carson City. It touches, state name Nevada, Carson City, and then touches Arizona, Utah, Idaho, California, and Oregon. Doesn't touch anything like ocean, Mexico, Canada, just touches states. And off to the next one. Arizona touches Mexico, and it touches California, Nevada, Utah, and New Mexico. So the capital is what's it called again? Phoenix. Somewhere over here, I don't know. It's Phoenix. And state name Arizona. Utah. The states that touch Utah are Nevada, once again, Idaho, Wyoming, Colorado, and Arizona. And the capital is Salt Lake City. It doesn't touch nothing, just touches states. And yeah, Idaho, capital is Boise, touches Canada, barely, because it has the tip. Touches states, Montana, Washington, Oregon, Nevada, Utah, Wyoming. I think I may have said it twice, but yeah. So Boise is the capital, Idaho the state. You heard me say all the states. So we're gonna go off to, let's see, Montana over here. Montana mostly touches Canada. It touches North Dakota, South Dakota, Wyoming, and Idaho. And the capital is Montana. I'll actually have to come back to that one because I can't remember what Okay, let's just go. I'll come back to that one. Wyoming, the capital is Cheyenne. State, Wyoming, touches Montana. The unknown capital, South Dakota. Nebraska, Utah, Idaho, and Colorado over here. And that's all it touches. It doesn't touch anything else. Okay, now off to Colorado. It's Denver, and the states that touch are New Mexico, Utah, Wyoming, Nebraska, Kansas, and Oklahoma. And doesn't touch anything but states. And off to the next one. New Mexico, it touches Mexico, and the capital is Santa Fe. And the states that touch New Mexico are Arizona, Colorado, Oklahoma, and most important, Texas. And touch Mexico, touches these states. Let's go on to the next one. Oops. Where'd it go? Oh, thank you. Let's go off to North Dakota. North Dakota right over here. Its capital is Bismarck. It touches Canada. It touches like Montana, South Dakota, Minnesota, and yeah. So that's that state. I still can't remember. Oh, I remember what Montana was. Helena. That's what Montana was. Finally, Helena, Montana. I finally figured it out. Okay. So South Dakota, its capital is Pierre. States it touches Wyoming, Montana, this unknown capital, which I finally found, North Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa, and Nebraska. And doesn't touch anything else. So let's move on to Nebraska. Nebraska, its capital is Lincoln. It touches Colorado, Kansas, Iowa, and Missouri. And Lincoln, yeah, that's the capital. State name, Nebraska. And moving on to Kansas. Kansas over here. Its capital is Topeka. And the states it touches are Colorado, Nebraska, Missouri, and Oklahoma. Doesn't touch anything else, just states. Now moving on to Oklahoma. Here. Oklahoma City is the capital of Oklahoma. Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And the states it touches are New Mexico, Colorado, Kansas, Missouri, Arkansas, and the biggest one, Texas. The Lone Star State. And does it touch anything else but that? Oklahoma City is the capital, everything. Speaking of Texas, that's the state we're on. The second biggest state. It's pretty big. It's the first one that I built. So Texas, capital's Austin. Somewhere like, it's like right here? About right here. And, let's see. The states that touch are Louisiana, Arkansas, Oklahoma, and New Mexico. And it touches Mexico. And you probably heard me, it's Austin, capital. Now I'm going to move on to Louisiana, which looks wonky. That was the best I tried. So, let's move on. Capital name, Baton Rouge. It touches the ocean. Oh yeah, I forgot. Texas also touches the ocean. My bad. No, that touches Canada. I forgot. So, Louisiana, Baton Rouge, states are Texas, Arkansas, Mississippi, and now it touches the ocean. Gulf of Mexico. So now we're on to Arkansas. Capital, Little Rock. States are Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, Missouri, Tennessee, and Mississippi. Now let's move on to, oh yeah, Arkansas. That's what it is. Missouri is, capital is Jefferson. The states are touches. It touches like a lot of states. 8. So it touches Oklahoma, Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, Illinois, Iowa, Nebraska, and Kansas. That's a lot. And so let's move on. Oh, doesn't touch anything but states. Now let's move on to Iowa. Iowa, capital is Des Moines. Touches Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, Missouri, and wait, when I said Missouri, yeah, I think I said Iowa, and Nebraska, South Dakota. Okay, South Dakota, Nebraska, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, and Missouri. So, capital Des Moines doesn't touch anything but states. Let's move on to Minnesota. Minnesota touches Canada and other thing. Well, in states like South Dakota, Iowa, North Dakota, Wisconsin, and that's it. Touches Canada also. And let's move on. Oh, wait. I forgot the capital. I almost forgot the capital. It is St. Paul. St. Paul is the capital of Minnesota. Now let's move on to, we're halfway. Let's go on to, oh, and if you guys don't know what this part is, it is part of Michigan. Michigan has like a little part that goes on to Wisconsin. So we're gonna go on to Wisconsin. So Wisconsin, the capital is Madison. The state touches is Michigan. Part of it. Minnesota, Iowa, Illinois, and it touches Lake Michigan. Lake Michigan is like this area. So, Madison, once again, state capital, touches lakes, doesn't touch the ocean, doesn't touch Canada. So let's move on to Illinois. Illinois, the capital is Springfield. Not Chicago, but Springfield. Chicago would be like right here. Springfield. And so, Springfield. The states that touch it are Iowa, Indiana, Kentucky, Missouri. That's it. Doesn't touch anything. Yeah, doesn't touch anything, no lakes or anything. This is the best I've done, like, I tried my best. So, Springfield's capital. Let's move on to Kentucky. Kentucky, let's see. Frankfurt. So that's the capital, and the states it touches are Illinois, Missouri, Indiana, Ohio, West Virginia, Tennessee, and that's it. And so, doesn't touch nothing but states. Let's move on to Tennessee. Kentucky and Tennessee are like neighbors. So Tennessee's capital is Nashville. The states it touches is Missouri, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, and North Carolina. And I said Nashville, nothing but states. So let's move on to Mississippi. Mississippi, Mississippi. It's really hard. Mississippi, it touches the ocean and touches Gulf of Mexico and all that stuff. So the states that touch it are Louisiana, Arkansas, Tennessee, Alabama. So yeah, that's basically all Mississippi. Now let's move on to, wait, I never said the capital. Jackson, Mississippi. Okay, now let's move on to Alabama. Alabama is touches states, has the capital, which I'll tell you guys in a second. Wait, I gotta remember it. What was it? Oh yeah, okay. So capital is Montgomery, and states that touch are Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, Mississippi, and North Carolina. Maybe, I'm not sure. No, not North Carolina. So, Alabama, Montgomery touches the ocean. Okay, now let's move on to Indiana, over here. We'll do like Michigan after that. So, Indiana. Indianapolis is the capital, and states it touches are Illinois, Ohio, Kentucky, Michigan. So that's it for Indiana, Indianapolis, all that stuff. So, come on, Alabama. So, Michigan. I love Michigan. Awesome place. So this part's part of Michigan. Lake Michigan touches Lake Michigan. And the state that touch it are Indiana, Ohio, and Wisconsin. And just touches lakes. Capital is Lansing. And now let's move on to the next state. Okay. Now we shall go to Ohio. Let's go to Ohio. So the state for Ohio, oh my god. So the state for Ohio, state name Ohio, touches Pennsylvania, West Virginia, no, it doesn't touch Virginia. Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Kentucky, Indiana, and Michigan. Touches lakes, and the capital is Columbus. Let's move on to West Virginia. So, West Virginia, the capital is Charleston. And states that touch are, let's see, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Maryland, Kentucky, and Virginia. And nothing but states once again. And let's go on to Virginia. So this is regular Virginia, one of the 13 colonies. So let's move on. So Virginia is Richmond. Richmond, Virginia touches the ocean part. And we're gonna go fast. Let's see. So West Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, North Carolina, Maryland, and yeah. So just the ocean. Let's move on to North Carolina. North Carolina is Raleigh. This touches, what's it called? The ocean. And the states it touches are Tennessee, Georgia, South Carolina, and Virginia. Touches ocean. Now let's go to South Carolina. Touches ocean. And the only states. Oh wait, yeah. South Carolina, Columbia, and then touches states are Georgia and North Carolina. North Carolina. And so let's move on to Florida. Yeah. Florida is Tallahassee. States it touches are Alabama and Georgia. So we got the Northeast and Hawaii and Alaska, so we got most of it. Let's go on to Maryland. Maryland, it touches Delaware, West Virginia, and Pennsylvania. Capital is what is it? What is it? Wait, that shouldn't be here. What is the capital? No, it's not Baltimore. Appolis. And then states it touches, oh, I already said that. So Delaware. Touches the ocean, all that stuff. So Delaware. Touches Maryland, Pennsylvania, New Jersey. The capital is Dover. And now Pennsylvania. Finally, Pennsylvania. I made this way too long. So it is, what's it called? Harrisburg. Oh my gosh, Harrisburg. Touches, Canada. The states it touches are New York, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania, and Ohio. So let's move on to New York. Almost done. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So New York. It is Albany. States it touches Canada also. It touches Connecticut, Massachusetts, Vermont, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey. Moving on to Connecticut. We never did New Jersey. Oh my god, I skipped New Jersey. So it is Trenton, New Jersey. States it touches are Delaware, Pennsylvania, and New York. Touches the ocean. And let's move on to Connecticut. Hartford touches New York, Massachusetts, and Rhode Island. And let's see, Rhode Island is Providence. Oh, and Connecticut also touches the ocean. Providence is the capital, and the states it touches are Connecticut, Massachusetts, and Rhode Island touches the ocean. So Massachusetts touches the ocean, touches Rhode Island, Connecticut, New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. No, not Maine, sorry. Now let's go to Vermont. So Vermont is Montpelier. It touches Canada, New York, Massachusetts, and Vermont. Maine. No, not Maine. And so let's move on to New Hampshire. So New Hampshire is, I'm trying to hurry here. Concord touches Massachusetts, Vermont, Maine. Touches Canada, now Maine. It touches just New Hampshire. Capital is Augusta, so it touches Canada. And so let's move on to the last two states. Hawaii, it touches nothing but ocean. Honolulu and Alaska. Capital is Juneau, just touches Canada. Even though I didn't put Canada because I was too busy. So this is the end of this video. Hope you guys join it. Have a Merry Christmas. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the next video. Bye.
Wow, we're leaving.